Okay, here we go again. As I was walking the rain, my phone got so wet that the rain caused the button to turn off on the call. So it got so wet that it stopped the recording. So I recall what I was saying is that even women can be so-called betas. And so it's not a matter of man or woman in this particular circumstance. It's really about stopping self-victimizing. I got to get out of the road here. It's about stopping victimizing yourself in your own mind, stopping creating fake suffering in your own mind and in your life. It's freaking dark here. I'm going to show you guys some cool stuff though. But yeah, so that's the long and short of it. Is really, I used to be a weak-ass beta male until I undid my fake personality, my historic personality that was dominating my life, and I identified it with it so completely. I identified with my emotional states. I identified with everything I thought was wrong in the world. And then when I started undoing all that stuff, I started to realize there's no problems in the world at all. There's just my expectations and then events. And sometimes the events don't go how I wanted them to go. But that doesn't mean they're wrong, okay? Let's see if you guys can see that bridge over there. Shit, where is it? It doesn't really show up. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, you can kind of see it in the distance, but yeah. With this filter, let me turn off that filter. No filter, baby. There you can see the green bridge right now. It changes colors as you go across the river. So anyway, I'm walking down to the river. I'm soaking wet here, but it doesn't matter because I'm not a victim. I can go out and get wet. I live in this town. So if I get soaking wet for a few hours, it doesn't matter because I'm going to go home and get warm and dry. So no big deal. Oh man, they put up a whole fence here. Well, I guess I'll just go to the river and we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, I used to be a weak-ass beta male. I ruined my relationships. I ruined my friendships. I complained about everything. I really just was miserable to be around. No, it wasn't all the time. I had fun. I had friends, I had good relationships. But looking back, I see I wasn't living up to my full potential at all. I wasn't living up to anything. I was just complaining and whining and commiserating. And I had friends that would complain and whine with me and commiserate with me. And again, it wasn't all the time. It wasn't like life was absolute misery, See the river there? It wasn't like insanely bad. But maybe that's even worse because I didn't like hit bottom. It wasn't bad enough that I did something about it. It just kept plugging along, not even knowing that I didn't have to suffer that way. It just seemed like that's what life was. So basically made it my life's mission to provide the tools for you to accomplish the same thing I accomplished, to stop being a weak-ass beta male or to stop being a weak-ass female, or it doesn't matter about men or women, to stop being a weak-ass person, individual, and to start being free, to understand what freedom actually is, to understand what it means to control your time and to own your time and to not create suffering in your own mind. That's the whole deal. You got to learn to stop creating suffering in your own mind, and then also to come back home to your body, and also to embrace life as the endless adventure that it really is. So what I was saying at the end of the last video when it cut out due to the rain soaking my phone was that I've failed huge at all kinds of projects. I've made entire courses I thought were going to help me get out of a rut or like help me start the next phase of my life or my business, and nobody got them, I've done so many things that were massive failures, but those are all amazing now. I see how they add up to what I've become and to the person that I want to be in my life. So in the end, those aren't really real failures. Those are all experiences. Those are all adventures. Those are all attempts at living a life that I actually really enjoy. And so now there's no fear of failing anymore. There's no fear of losing things. I've lost everything over and over. There's no fear of going to new places. No fear of social situations. No fear of trying things and being an absolute incompetent louse at them, and then getting better from there. So that's what life's all about. Get down to the core. Get down to the bare bones of just who and what you are as a body, as a thing that exists. Scrap all the rest and start fresh. And the only way I've found, and there's many, many systems out there, people that promise you these kind of results, and they're almost all bullshit. But the only way I've found that actually takes you all the way is radical undoing. And even that, without a guide or without proper training and someone who's experienced what I'm talking about, going through it all the way, you still could end up failing at that process. And that's why I've added the art of NGF, the art of not giving a fuck. And of course, it's not the same as saying, yo, I don't give a fuck, or some bullshit like that. It's actually learning to decisively cut out the bullshit in your life that you're focusing on that doesn't serve you at all, so that you can spend your precious few remaining hours, days, weeks, months, years, however much you have left, on things that really matter to you, on things that really get you excited, really bring you to life. Okay? That's what it's all about. It's all about undoing the fake ass personality, recognizing you can be a leader, de-victimizing yourself, never again blaming anyone in your life for anything. Even if someone comes up to you and shoots you, you don't have to blame them. They couldn't help it. It goes for everyone in every situation in your life. If you've done things that you couldn't help, or that you regret, or you would do different now that you know something new, then that should apply to everyone you've ever known. Everyone, your parents, partners, we're all in the same situation. So when you finally undo that fake ass personality, stop being a weak ass beta individual, beta male, beta female, then you actually start to rise up. You start to evolve automatically. You don't need healing. You don't need to therapy. You need to undo the tensions, quit the fake ass suffering that's going on in the mind, and suddenly your addiction to suffering will fade away, and you will have your life back in your hands as you are, as an innocent, beautiful adult. Finally, that's what's available to you. Everything I offer, all the teaching, all the training, all the courses, all the workshops, aims at that one singular point. So that's what I want you to do. That's what I want you to accomplish. If you want to do that with me, I've got a Radical Undoing 4-week intensives coming up in November. The only way in is if I invite you in, because I'm only working with badass mofos and badass, whatever the female equivalent of a mofo is, who want to transcend the fake personality, who want to transcend the problem-focused life, who want to transcend the manipulated life, and transcend the inner victim, and step into the flowing life, step into the life of endless adventure, and step into the problem-free life, and then take it as far as you can possibly take it. Inspire everyone else in your life. Become a lighthouse, a beacon for all the lost, complaining people around you, and rise up to the occasion. Have a blast, and don't be a weak-ass beta male or beta female. That's what I've got for you. I'm going to go to yoga class now and dry off a little bit, but this has been really fun. Hey everybody, I'm trying to wave to you all, but the phone's all wet. So anyway, I will talk to you all again soon. Hope you enjoyed it.